You first.
users.
You first. This dude called me. You gotta wait. I'm doing something.
No.
What happened?
We were going to go.
Oh.
It's Cousins Unleashed. Welcome back to Cousins Unleashed. I'm Tia.
I'm Toya.
And this week,
story time with Tia.
She's always saying that because it's supposed to be story time with Toya.
It's supposed to be my turn, but I've been everywhere this week. I got so much on my plate trying to do this task for this person, that person, me, and the kids. I can't think of nothing right now. So my turn is next time.
Lord, have mercy.
I can't. I really can't think of nothing. In my life, a whole book. I just can't think of nothing.
I don't have stories. I was like, yeah, you do. Your whole life is a story. You can tell a funny story, a dramatic story, a sad story.
I can't think.
Like I said, my life is a comedy. It really is, because it's too crazy to make up.
So you got more experience in a lot of aspects, even though you're younger than me. Oh, you got way more.
Oh, okay. So it really is.
Yeah, we really started with you.
I was telling my patients, like, okay, so for the past few months, we haven't had mailboxes because, like, I live in the ghetto. Okay.
Oh, that's
so. So people kept breaking into the mailboxes. This is the third leasing company in the 1 year that I've been there.
Wow, people still do that? Turnover. I thought that was like a super back in the day type thing.
Girl.
What y'all trying to find? Bills?
My Social Security, I think, is deposited directly on cards now. Like,
man.
But so this is the third leasing company, and the office manager, we'll call her Kelly.
Kelly.
She's like, oh yeah, we don't do that. We don't sell anything. We always put money into the property. So they've been renovating stuff. So they gutted all of our mailboxes. So we haven't been getting mail for the past couple of months. And then, according to them, I still haven't checked. According to them, they sent out an email like 2 weeks ago saying, hey guys, we got new mailboxes. Come get your mailbox keys. I never seen the email. I check my email every day. I never seen it. Anyways, that's not even the point.
Y'all missed me on that one.
So I'm like, I literally took my entire lunch to go to the post office, and I'm like, hey, I think my mail is here. And she's like, no, there's no mail. It's been getting delivered. Kelly, so the mail has been getting delivered there. I don't have a mailbox key. She's like, well, Miss McLeod, we sent out an email 2 weeks ago saying to come and get your mailbox key. I was like, I didn't see that email. So how do I go about getting my mailbox key? Well, I don't know what to tell you, Miss McLeod. Like, we sent out the email 2 weeks ago to everyone in the community.
You sent the email, but still give me the fucking key.
How do I get my mailbox key? And I'm like, well, I just went to the office there, and the girl, we'll call her Lacey. And I'm like, Lacey wasn't there. Well, she's only there when she needs to do tours for the property, Miss McLeod. So when is she gonna be back? And she's like, well, I can't tell you that, Miss McLeod. She's only there on an as needed basis. I go up to lunch 1 to 2. Would we be able to set something up then? Well, I can't tell you that, Miss McLeod. That would have to be up to her. You'll have to talk to her. Can you let her know so she can get back to me? Well, I'll have to relay the message. That's all I'm asking. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. And I was like, and as far as the work order that I put in, the maintenance man called me from an unknown number and asked me to call him back. Well, yeah, Miss McLeod, he uses his personal phone number. He doesn't want to give it out. I know. I'm letting you know. what's going on, and if you can have him just call me. I'm like, and like she's still trying to miss my, and I'm like, anyways, thank you so much for your help. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. I'm like,
Wow.
and then Lacey called me, set the time. So we set up a time for me to go yesterday, Friday, during my lunch at 1:30. So I get there about 1:20 something. I'm standing there until about 1:40 something. And I'm like, I have to be back at work by 2. And it's like a 25-minute drive. And we live across the street from the South Hall of the convention center where they're having, I think, the Christmas rodeo. So traffic.
Oh, dang.
Everywhere. So I'm like, okay. I haven't seen the maintenance man. I'm going to go run upstairs because I got to poo. So I'm literally in the middle of using the bathroom. And that's when Lacey decides to call me and says, hey, I can't make it to the office because Kelly is out today. So I'm at the office, but the maintenance man is there to give you the key. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. I was like, what does he look like? I don't know what the maintenance man looks like. And she's like, oh, I was like, oh, wait, does he have a red shirt on? She's like, yeah. And he has like gray hair. And I was like, all right, cool. I've seen him. I'm going to go find him now. So finish, go and look for him. I'm like, okay, he's not at the office. He's not anywhere that I'm seeing. I get in my car. I go driving around the building. And I'm like, where the heck is this man? I'm literally about to leave the apartment complex. He's standing at my front door. And I literally like stopped. I was like, I was looking for you. He's like, oh my.
Get it together.
Oh my gosh.
It's everywhere.
So like we finally meet him. And we're walking to the office. And he was like, I was looking for you. Meanwhile, he's going around the building this way. I'm going about the building this way.
Me in the middle.
We fighting each other. And so I'm sitting there like, oh, hey, by the way, you told me to call you back, but you called me from an unknown number. He's like, I thought about that as soon as I hung up. I said, how am I supposed to call you back if you call me from an unknown number? He was like, oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. And then so like he's in the middle of like, homie's just everywhere. Oh, baby. It was just everywhere. He's like, let me try.
I'm done.
I'm like, what's happening right now? He's just everywhere. And then he asked me the key, and he's like, "Oh, did you want me to take care of that right now? Because you do have like 5 work orders open." I was like, "I only have the one." He's like, "I'm confusing you for someone else," and I'm like,
I'm done.
"Is this my number?" I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm a preview you. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. I gotta go. He's like, yeah, you do.
I'm done. Was it the right mailbox key?
It was the right mailbox key.
Okay.
I was tripping so much about it because I had just got done renewing my massage license. And they automatically just mailed it. And I was like, I need to have that legally on me at all times if I'm practicing massage. And I also have to update it at the office too. So I was like, I need my mailbox key, you guys. Like, come on now. This license that's displayed expired like November 30th. So it hasn't been like a really long time, but it's been too long for my anxiety.
Right.
So I'm like, that was Friday. That was my Friday lunch. Yeah. Goodness gracious. I swear my life was like a comedy sitcom.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know she got more stories than me because
you can't make it up.
I don't do much for one.
I don't do much.
I stay my ass in the house. Because Lord, baby Jesus.
That's how you grow in patience. You start interacting with God's children.
I got a lot of patience though, but I don't know. I say to
Girl,
myself.
you'll realize.
Say to myself. Oh, with the family alone, I've gained a lot of patience.
Yeah. I was so blessed to look the jobs that I had before I had my daughter. I was so blessed to have them because you know her. She is a strong-willed child.
Don't do my baby. You know her.
She is a strong-willed child, and I need a lot of patience. And she's very vocal and communicative and emotional, and she's expressive, and she doesn't hide it, which is I'm happy she doesn't. So I'm like, I need a lot of patience. I used to work at McDonald's and then Burger King and then a retirement home with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's.
Oh, dang. Struggle.
You know, I've never been called the N word so much in my life than working.
Oh my God.
And what that made me like, that made me empathize with them more because I'm like, you don't know where you are. You don't know what the times are nowadays that, you know, maybe don't call somebody the N word with a hard R on a Tuesday morning. I'm just trying to feed you and change your diaper. Like, and then I worked for 2 years in a group home setting for mentally disabled individuals. I loved my job. Like like listening to that. Like I loved working at McDonald's. I loved working at Burger King. Like I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. And like by the time I quit McDonald's, I had started training for like manager, and then some of the managers ended up like expecting somebody's food, and that was the straw. I was like, okay. Literally the next day, I was like, here's a hat, here's a name tag, here you go.
You seen it with like your own eyes.
I literally seen it. And they were like, well, she shouldn't have been a B and a B word in the drive-thru. I'm like, that's
unacceptable.
So that
shows
does happen.
How much class you got. That
does happen.
She needs to be slapped.
They look. Look, I'm not saying like don't be that person, don't mess with the people that handle your food, but also people that handle the food, don't be gross. Like, you know, be the bigger person. Goodness gracious. Who knows? You ain't probably ever gonna see that person again. Goodness.
No, for real.
Like, let it go. But then I ended up working at Burger King, and that was interesting because I worked there with my first ex-husband. But we like made it seem like we weren't together because technically we couldn't be like on the same shift.
Right.
Yeah, that was stupid. Not necessarily saying it was stupid, like hard to work with like my spouse at that time. It was stupid for me to even go along with wanting to hide that I was married to him. I was like, I don't care. Okay, so then we'll have separate shifts.
That part.
It is what it is. But I met John Barr working drive-through, that Australian guy for like I think it's like Toyota. I'm John Barr and I do anything to sell you a car.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm. He was in my drive-through. I was like, you know, you look familiar. He was like, oh really? Who do I look like? I said, you look like that Australian guy that like that like doing things. He's like, oh, John Barr. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's crazy because I am him. I said, I'm so done with you. Anyways, get out of my drive-thru. Here's your food. Have a good night. He's like, really? I was like, get out of my drive-thru. We're not doing this today.
That's cute though. At least he has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that was a really good interaction, and like I'm happy that somebody, because I grew up seeing him on TV all the time because it's freaking those, not even like late night, but it was like I was up watching Adult Swim, like. My light. Oh, it was on. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah. I said down. Is yours on?
It was on when I put it on. I swear to
you. I know. Mine's was too. So, time to charge it.
I'm made sure I checked it because the last time I forgot completely.
And then I forgot completely.
So I forgot the whole kit.
I forgot the whole thing. So
the whole mic. I'm done.
But I'm like, yeah. And then I worked in a retirement home for about 6 months, and that was I was still with my first ex-husband, and I ended up getting that job because I was like, I just want to be in medicine. Like, I love my job. I love working at Burger King. It's Burger King. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life though. Like, I want to be in medicine. So I was like, okay, well, this is a step, and we would go there to visit his grandma and feed her. And I'm like, oh, this is a really great place to like start. So I started working there, and then I started going to school for licensed practical nursing, and it was supposed to be 3 semesters. So I'm working full time there, and even working like doubles on Sundays, and then going to school full time as well. Well, technically full time because it was in one of those trade schools, so it was Monday through Thursday, but it was like 8 a.m. to like 1 or 2 p.m.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday. So I was like, and then I was also working, I think it was at least Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then like doubles on Sunday. But those were like at least like 10-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still like technically full time because I was still doing 40 hours a week. So I was doing that with my first ex husband, and I was working in the retirement home, and that was so awesome. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was awesome, and it was sad, and it was